Hey there, and welcome back to my silly AuthorTube channel. Today I would like to talk to you about ProWritingAid. That's right, ProWritingAid has completely changed my life as a writer and an author. ProWritingAid is the bomb, and no, I am not affiliated with them in any way, shape, or form. You ever tried to say that word 3 times fast? Affiliated, affiliated, affiliated. Okay, so one of the first benefits of ProWritingAid is you can use it in different ways, in different forms, and there's different subscriptions available. First is their free version. You can use their website directly. It's a free sign up. It's free to sign up. Okay, so after you sign up, you can use their online utility. You can copy and paste 500 words only, or you can paste more than that, but they'll only edit 500 words only. Okay, so back to the subscriptions. You can pay a monthly payment, or you can sign up for 1 year, or you can get a lifetime account. And trust me when I tell you, a lifetime account is definitely worth it. I have one tip for you. There are coupon codes. That's right. If you go online and you Google coupon codes for ProWritingAid, you will find it. You can also find coupon codes with many other author-tubers, or YouTubers, I should say, because I don't know if they're actually officially author-tubers or not. Anyways, there's some pretty popular tubers, I'll call them, that do affiliate with them, and they will offer you a coupon code. I got lucky and I found a very special one. Most coupon codes are 20% off, but there is a higher one out there that you might be able to find. It's worth a look. Processing power. Here's the thing. The longer your document, the longer it's going to take for ProWritingAid utility to actually process all of your words, your style, your edits. I'll get into that as we go. Anyways, I highly recommend using it on a desktop. A desktop is so much better. I had it on my Surface Pro. It's a Windows tablet laptop thingamajigger, and it slowed it down like crazy. Even my Word, just to open it, took a really long time. So I highly, highly, highly recommend that you use it on your desktop computer. First things first, I'ma say all the words inside my head. ProWritingAid has tools and reports that will identify mistakes and misused words and repeats and all kinds of stuff. I am going to tell you what I use and how they work generally. You know, because that's why I'm here. I'm here to help. ProWritingAid's tools and reports will help strengthen your writing. It'll teach you your most common repeated mistakes, because trust me, I've learned a lot about my writing. Okay, one of my favorite reports or tools to use is called Sticky Sentences. Do you know what a glue word is? If you don't, I'm gonna tell you. It's the word the, but, look, the, I don't know, there's so many. Okay, 2, and the other 2. There's all kinds of glue words. These are words that are not always needed. So like, I don't know, give me an example of a glue word sentence in the comments, because I tell you there's so many, like but, the. So when you run Sticky Sentences, it's going to come up and underline a buttload of sentences, and it's going to identify the readability of your sentences by percentage. Now, when you hover over it or click on the section that is underlined, it's going to give you a list of the glue words in that specific sentence, and it's going to tell you a percentage of how readable it is. Very helpful. Okay, the other one that I like, well, there's so many that I like, and there's so many I haven't even explored yet. Okay, but overused words, that's a good one. So overused words is going to look at your entire document, and it's going to catch all of your repeats, and it's going to tell you how many of these repeated words you should reduce. It'll identify where they are, how many you have, and how many you should change. And it is possible to change them. Speaking of readability, the readability tool is really awesome. You can scroll through your document and it will highlight how readable your entire document is. It'll highlight in green in the good spots, and the yellow that's not so good, and the red when it's not very readable. Now, I'm still learning a little bit about this report, but the readability part of it means that it's awkward. I don't know if it's like awkward wording or, the sentence structure itself just isn't very good. But either way, it points out your problem areas. So if you have an entire paragraph that just isn't written very well, it's gonna tell you. Have you ever heard someone say, show, but don't tell? I've got the report for you. That's called the style report. That's right, it's going to catch when you say things like, she was feeling a little overwhelmed. You could reword that in a way that it's from her perspective without saying, she feels this way, he feels this way, she felt that way, and he was like, ah. Anyways, that's a very good report that you can use. Similar to overused is echoes, where overused looks at your entire report. Echoes is only going to look at a shorter range. So for example, if you use the exact same word 3 times in the same paragraph, it's going to highlight that for you and say, hey, get rid of one of those because you don't need to have that many so close together. Okay, Realtime is very important. As soon as you start using ProWritingAid, this is defaulted to open and start running as soon as you begin. That's right. You don't have the option to just turn it off and on. Actually, you do. I'm just joking. So if you open it and it's running and it's slowing down your report, then you can go in and you can change the default very easily to not run upon opening. Now, one important tip I can give you is do not allow Realtime to run while you are actually writing. It is intended just for editing. And if you're running it while you're writing, all it's going to do is stop you and go, oh crap, I got to fix that. I got to change that. I got to delete that. Oh, my writing is crap. I quit. Yeah, no, don't do it. But Realtime is awesome. It checks all of your grammar and some of your style problems. So if you've got a comma in the wrong spot, if you've used a word the wrong way, all kinds of stuff. Like Realtime is awesome. I used to only use Realtime until I learned about all the other reports. I consider Realtime very important. Sometimes I run it twice. I'm like Santa Claus. I check it twice. That's right. My doggy's not happy. She's going after the kitty. I like Realtime and I cannot lie. Those other tools can't deny that when you first open your ProWriting app, you go, hey, it's Realtime. Now, before you get to the final report, I'm going to give you one more tip. Now, when you're changing and editing during each of these tools, it does not update. In other words, if you're working on sticky sentences and you're changing some glue words and you're getting rid of some glue words, it does not automatically rerun the report or the tool on that one sentence. You actually have to go through all your sticky sentences and all your glue words, and when you're done, you rerun it, because some you might have missed or not done a good enough of a job of removing those glue words. So run it again. And that goes through pretty much everything else except for Realtime. Realtime is the only one that kind of automatically updates while you're editing. Everything else is like a one-time run, and then you edit as you go. The final report that I highly recommend using once you're done using all of the other utilities that you've tried is the summary. Now, the summary report is going to look at your entire document again, top to bottom, and it's going to give you some data. It's going to tell you like the percentage of readability, the overall percentage of the quality of your work. It's going to tell you how much better quality of writing is yours compared to other ProWritingAid users. Okay? Now that is very beneficial. Also, it's going to catch more overused words. It's going to tell you, good job on using these unique words. It's also going to tell you some other things that maybe you would like to change. So it's a huge report. You cannot export it, unfortunately. Like, hey, I'm going to jot down some notes and I'm going to look at the word back because I use back all the time because he went back to the front door. He went back to his car and he went back to his chair and he sat back down. So that's one of my weaknesses. Oh my gosh, I just shared my biggest weakness with the entire AuthorTube network. Right, because I have that many listeners and watchers and readers and blah, 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 blah. This is so much fun. Alright, so one other thing about the summary is that it does take a few minutes to run it, and especially if you're running it on a very large document, the longer your writing is, the longer your document is, the longer it's going to take to run it. So, if you're sitting there staring at it going, oh my god, should I hit cancel? Should I close the window? No, let it run. I mean, I'm sure after you reach half an hour, you're going to be like, yeah, I'm setting this bastard down. But no, if it is just been a couple of minutes, that's okay. Just let it run, let it run. Alright, so now that we've talked about what ProWritingAid can do, I'm going to tell you what ProWritingAid can't do. It is not a high-level edit. It is a line or content edit. It is not going to look at, your development, your storyline, your characters. Oh, hey, that person had a towel on a few minutes ago, and now she doesn't. That's right, I wrote that at the end of one of my stories. Not telling you which one. This girl came out of the bathroom wearing a towel, and then she got into this fight. And while she was in this fight, I forgot that she was wearing a towel. So I kind of had to fix that, and sorry, my hair's getting in my eye, and my eye's flickering like, Anyways, so, ProWritingAid will not know if your character forgot that she was wearing a towel. So, I'm really going to recommend you get ProWritingAid to improve your writing, strengthen your writing, to find your mistakes before you send it out. Now, the other thing is, this does not replace human eyes. Human eyes are going to catch things that ProWritingAid does not, like your storyline issues, your forgetting your towel issues, dropping character issues, because I've done that too. So this is going to be before you send it out for peer editing, before your beta readers, before you do anything else with your story, and definitely before publication. Another good reason that I recommend that every writer and author should consider purchasing ProWritingAid is because when you're first starting out, especially in the self-publishing industry, you can't always afford an experienced editor. Now, I know a lot of authors are going to tell you, you have to get an editor. Well, I'm telling you that there are other options, especially if you're starting with things like short stories. ProWritingAid, for me, temporarily has replaced hiring an editor. This is only for the short term, though. Other authors use it to strengthen their writing before submitting to an editor, which helps save them time and saves money. Yes, lots of savings with ProWritingAid. It is worth it. Now, having said all of this, one more thing that I can tell you. I have not finished trying every single tool or utility in ProWritingAid. I'm just telling you what I have explored, what I have been using for the past couple of months, and what I recommend for you. It has really taught me a lot. It's taught me about my most common mistakes. It's taught me things about commas that I didn't know, or I thought I knew, but I didn't. And it's improved the overall quality of my stories. So before I send my stuff to peer editing and, beta readers, it's much better than what it would have been without using ProWritingAid. Thank you all for joining me and watching my SillyTube video. If you have anything else you would like to add about ProWritingAid, or if there's any questions that I may be capable of answering, please feel free to leave a comment and I will answer you because I care. That's right, that's why I'm making this video. It's not just to get viewers, that might be part of it, but honestly, I just care and I really love ProWritingAid and I really think you have to try it. I guess that's it. Thanks, and don't forget to hit subscribe. It's the moment you've been waiting for, the bloopers. First, open ProWritingAid or put your book, do one big ass, it's going to do one big look at your entire report. You first dump your book or your story dump sounds really mean. I'm going to reword this. I'm going to share with you some tips about ProWritingAid. Alright, so, the first thing that I can tell you about ProWritingAid, other than the fact that it's completely and utterly awesome. Sorry. Got a bit of an itch there. Wrong word.